So these are your prints, Garry?
Well, yeah, just fresh off the printer. G close, I know them. I'm really pleased with that. The digital printing is well, this is very new. This is a very new thing. I mean, this is part of my process. I've been using the computer as a kind of sketching tool. You know, so for example, to work out things. But I mean, I use. Can I show you a collage perhaps? Because I also use collage. I make lots of swatches, and then I'd make collage as well. So you see, yeah, these are collages. Yeah. And I do make kind of watercolours. You know, so there's ways to kind of experiment with how the images, the elements and the colours start to, well, how will they work, you know. I think there's elements within this one that have found their way into the painting. Been riffing off two kind of to print images, kind of. So here's another one, and you can see how that kind of relates to this one, which is, say, not nearly there. A few more days, I think, and we'll have it. I should be able to put that to bed. So this stuff is quite good. Will protect it rather well, I think. I haven't seen you in a while. There we go. So the past 5-6 years, a lot of colour has come into my painting, and I really wanted to enjoy that, that big exuberance, indulge in it. However, it's a very difficult. Colour's a very difficult thing to. It's very challenging to handle. It's so contextual. You know, one colour against another, and both colours change. I had a studio in St David's House, which is now doesn't exist anymore. It's been knocked down, part of the Central Square development. But just before it got knocked down, I had a studio space in there, and a lovely big window. And I was like, you know, I was in heaven, because right outside my window they're building the new BBC building, the BBC Wales headquarters. And so there's all these kind of verticals and horizontals with all the metal work, the metal frame being constructed, steel frame, and I love all that stuff. You know, and so it was kind of like it was willing me to make a painting out of these. It was like a drawing somebody else was doing for me outside the window. Yeah, I mean, so this is where I came after left St David's House. So I left St David's House, which was, you know, had a great. It was hard to move from that huge space to this, and it took me a lot of adjusting to. I'm only just now getting, and that's like 4 years ago, I'm only just starting to feel comfortable here and accept the fact that I can't do big paintings. That's about the limit, really.
So expensive shit is going to Scarborough.
This shit's going to Scarborough. Central Square is coming to Glasgow. Until last week, Expensive Ship was coming to Glasgow as well, but I'm very happy. It's now going to make its own way to Scarborough.
You've not seen it since 2018?
2018. Whereas the whole lockdown thing is just very screwy with time, isn't it? You think, oh, that was just a little while ago. It turns out to be 2 years ago. Yeah. So yeah, this was the last thing I did. Oh look, I think there's the Beep catalogue. I didn't know that was in there. Yeah. Oh, look, there I am. There it is.
So Swansea?
Yeah, so this is the Beep painting biennial run by the Elysium in Swansea, and so biennial, so 2022, which is so it's come around again. So I'll be putting and painting in, and fingers crossed. Right, it's upside down. Okay. Yeah. I just prop it up on. Oh wow! See, that's the scale. That's the scale I want to work at. I probably could. I'm seeing it out. Just have to reorganise the studio.
You saw this building coming up. BBC Sounds.
That's right. Yeah.
BBC buildings.
So this is headquarters of the BBC in Wales.
So with this, you're painting Central Square. Would you say this was inspired it, or was it the building of it, or the transitions?
So, I mean, I called the painting Central Square because that's where we were, and it was very much and this is the kind of it's been called this Central Square kind of redevelopment, and it was the site of construction. Really, that's what inspired me. I mean, in some ways, it was the verticals and the horizontals, and this kind of crisscross kind of web of steel and concrete, which I really loved to feast my eyes upon. Yeah.
Something quite in that painting of internal and external, isn't there, as well?
So I think that's immediately we start talking about buildings. We look at we're thinking about the exterior artifice on the outside, edifice. But then of course that immediately implies an enclosure, and that's what architecture is about. It's about defining enclosures. I would go and say, as far as to say that just lately the work that I've been making is more clearly architectural, in as much as you can start to see, and it's kind of crept up on me. I didn't mean for this to happen, but you can start to see a kind of architectural aspects in the paintings, whereas previously there might have been more abstract or obtuse, that connection. I think it's becoming more concrete.
Do you think you're a frustrated architect then?
Yeah, without a doubt. I'd love to have been an architect.